Hello, this is Pastor Chris Wilson at St. Andrew Christian Church, and I'm here to talk about the sermon this coming week on July the 6th. The theme or the focus for the message this week is moving into brave spaces. And the scripture passage will be from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25. It is the passage that's commonly known as the separation of the sheep and goats. And this parable or story that Jesus tells in Matthew's gospel is kind of the last major kind of discourse or dialogue that Jesus has with the disciples. And the interesting part about this story that some of us know well is the idea that as he tells about things we're called to do as people of faith. We're supposed to care for the hungry and those that are thirsty and those that are in prison and those that are sick and those that are a stranger. In both cases, the people that are doing this stuff don't know they're doing the very thing they're supposed to do by doing it, or by not doing those things, they don't realize they're supposed to be doing it when they should be doing it. And so Jesus kind of, for those that don't respond in those kind of ways to people, Jesus says, well, I was all these people and you didn't respond to them. Well, had we known, we would have done something about it. And in the other case of those that did respond to people with needs and concerns and vulnerabilities and hardships and injustices, because we just did it because we thought we were supposed to do it. And Jesus says, well, that's why you're being strengthened and surrounded with love and compassion, because you just instinctively are doing that kind of thing. You know, one of the best words we have in our human journey is the word of hindsight. We can look back and say, gosh, I should have done this, I should have done this. And we shouldn't let hindsight be something that becomes a normative behavior for us. We shouldn't look back and say, if I had only done this. And we can't foresee everything. But what we can do is we can be intentional about our care of others. And sometimes the care of others moves us into spaces that move us beyond comfort zones, that step us in places we've not been before. Going to a rally or a demonstration, showing up at a place that's not necessarily one that's of normal comfort for us, but we know that others live in those kind of spaces all the time. And so if we want to move the needle with justice and make a difference, we shouldn't look back and say, well, I should have gone to that event. I should have stood up for that person. I should have said something. Should have done something. Jesus reminds the disciples, don't let hindsight be a way of reflecting on your life. Be intentional on the front end. Be proactive about what your faith is calling you to do in the world. And so that's what we'll talk about this week in terms of moving into brave spaces, is stepping into those places that God invites us to step into, to be advocates for the vulnerable, advocates for those that are receiving injustice and making a difference in the world. So I hope you come join us on Sunday morning as we reflect on this experience and reflection together. See you Sunday.